Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ron. And it's great that Paul has already talked about some of these use cases. So that gives me a kind of a guiding principle to focus on different aspects of AIML. So hello and thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. My name is Pallavi Nargun. I am a solutions architect here at AWS. And in this particular session, I am going to talk about artificial intelligence and machine learning platform on AWS and real life customer use cases. Now, during this presentation, I will use the term AI/ML to represent artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, for a long time, machine learning was limited to a few major tech companies and hardcore academic researchers. But things began to change when cloud computing entered the mainstream. So with compute power and data becoming more available, and quite literally now machine learning is making an impact across every industry. Whether you are in a financial industry, whether you're a retail sector, or whether you are in manufacturing, machine learning is now moving from the peripheral to the core part of every business and industry. So just to start with an example, we'll start with NFL. That's obviously the National Football League. Now, NFL has recorded player and game stats for the past 100 years to assist in tracking players and team performances for their coaches and fans as well. Now, NFL was looking for ways to share more insights during the gameplay, but they found themselves limited by the type of that data that was being collected initially. Now, what they did is they placed the RFID tags on the players' shoulder pads as well as in the game ball, and they started doing that in 2014. So now NFL is able to collect large amount of data, large volumes of tracking data, like whether it's location of the player, speed, their acceleration, how much distance they have traveled, and even charting individual movements within inches. So when they have all this nice data, they began working with AWS to leverage their expertise and to accelerate their next gen stats, what they call with short form NGS program, to combine the old and new data to reveal insights about game dynamics for both fans and players. So what we did, AWS has a professional services team as well as there is a ML Solutions Lab. So we conducted a workshop for NGS team on machine learning solutions and how to work with tools like Amazon SageMaker. So as a result, over the past several years of working with AWS, NFL has now developed over 20 unique next-gen stats that are used on screen during games in real time. Next up, we are seeing a change in healthcare sector. Now, in healthcare, we are seeing a shift from reactive to being predictive care, including use of predictive models to accelerate research or discovering new drug, and even within the treatments regimen. We have also seen that nurses supported by AI tools can increase the productivity by up to 50%. Now, one such example is Cerner. What Cerner is doing is they're tapping into Transcribe Medical, which is an AWS AI service, to surface insights that will help their healthcare providers provide more personalized patient care. Now, they've already developed a model that predicts congestive heart failure up to 15 months before clinical manifestation. Now, pairing this predictive tool along with the real-time integration into an individual's health record helps the providers with the decision-making in real time. And of course, Amazon itself is an example of a company that went through multi-year machine learning journey in order to being the ML driven company that you see today. It is an integral part of Amazon. Uh, Now, I don't know how many of you have seen the original Amazon.com initially when we were only selling books. That time also we had the original personalization model, but now you can see that has been significantly improved over 2 decades. And now even the recommender system has moved into other products such as Amazon Prime. We also use ML heavily throughout our fulfillment process, including developing a forecast system that can predict the appropriate amount of demand for each product we sell worldwide in order to deliver to our customers' expectations, whether it's on convenience, low cost, as well as the delivery speed. Now, we have also developed groundbreaking technology with autonomous flights via prime air drones. And we are also using robotics heavily into our fulfillment centers. Now, this was a big culture change for us, but it's something that every organization has to do. So, our mission now is to take our rich experience and expertise with machine learning across Amazon and put it in the hands of all organizations. Every developers, every data scientist, and every researcher should be able to take advantage of our services or our learning. Simply put, we want to simplify machine learning. We want to make it easy for all developers to easily build intelligent applications. Just to look at why AWS for ML. Now, first and foremost, AWS is unmatched in the breadth and depth of capability we offer to our customers. Now, we have launched over 200 new services in the last year alone, and our pace is only accelerating. Now, developers don't have to have prior machine learning experience. They can easily build sophisticated AI-driven applications spanning whether it's computer vision applications, whether you want language processing, whether you want to build a recommender system, or even forecasting. Many of these use cases or the use of machine learning technologies that we have perfected from years at Amazon. Now, we also offer Amazon SageMaker, which puts machine learning into hands of all developers and data scientists, allowing you to quickly build, train, and deploy machine learning model at scale with much less effort. Now, for those who are advanced machine learning practitioners, we are unmatched in the flexibility we give you with the support of all popular open source framework, and even these frameworks are optimized for training performance when you run it on Amazon SageMaker. As a result, we have seen we can accelerate the adoption of machine learning with SageMaker. For instance, Intuit develops machine learning models that can pull a year's worth of bank transaction to find deductible business expenses for their customers. And with SageMaker, they were able to reduce the development time by 90%. So it went from 6 months of original development time to 1 week. Now, SageMaker also helps lower the total cost of ownership over a 3-year horizon by at least 54% compared to other cloud-based ML machine learning options, such as whether you want to host your own workload using EC2 instances, or maybe you're hosting that on Kubernetes today, or you're even using AWS managed EKS. This analysis actually holds true for even whether a small team of 5 data scientists, or if you have extra large teams with 250 data scientists. In addition to lowering the TCO, what we have seen is SageMaker's productivity features enable you to put your machine learning ideas into production faster and improve the data scientist productivity by up to 10 times. So as a result, in less than 2 years, over 10,000 customers have adopted SageMaker, and many of them are making it their standard for machine learning practice today. And of course, you get the confidence of building on AWS, which is the most comprehensive cloud platform optimized for machine learning. That's why today, if you look at the amount of TensorFlow that runs in the cloud, 85% of TensorFlow is running on AWS. Now, this approach resonates very well with our customers. As a result, more machine learning happens on AWS than anywhere else. And in this slide, I've just tried to fit few of those logos. So whether you are a large enterprise or just a organization which is starting up, AWS really has services, machine learning services and offering that fit everyone's needs. Now, just to give you an example, we'll take NASCAR. Now, NASCAR uses Amazon SageMaker. Along with that, they also combine these with Amazon Recognition and Amazon Transcribe. So these are the AI services that we have to offer. Now, what they do is they enhance the metadata and captions for their new video series, saving thousands of hours of manual search time and better surfacing video clips for their millions of fans. Now, to do all this, or rather to implement all these use cases, we have a robust machine learning stack. And from the technology perspective, we think about the machine learning at a macro level as having three layers of the stack. So at the bottom layer is the frameworks, interfaces, and infrastructure for those expert machine learning practitioners who are extremely comfortable in building and training and deploying their models today and scaling them in production. But for these expert practitioners, what the framework layer offers is the support of popular frameworks. Now, we have seen, in our experience, we have seen that these practitioners like to use more than one framework because there is always innovation happening. There are new algorithms are being developed and they are not pertinent to one particular framework. So in those cases, what happens is with the deep armies or the Amazon machine images, these deep armies support the framework that are predominantly used, such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, or MXNet. And with all their dependencies pre-built, it's certainly advantageous and very quick for these expert machine learning practitioners to simply start using these frameworks in production. Now, also to deploy these frameworks or to deploy these armies, AWS offers a broad array of compute options for training and inference with powerful GPU instances, or whether you want more compute or memory optimized instances, and even FPGAs. It all depends on what kind of model you're training or what kind of inference that you require. But what happens is not every organization has that many expert machine learning practitioners. So if you want to increase the adoption of machine learning, you have to make it easier for everyday developers and data scientists to build, train, and tune their model. And that's where Amazon SageMaker comes into picture. Now, Amazon SageMaker is a fully managed service that removes the heavy lifting from each step of the machine learning process. So you can see here there are few steps within the machine learning process where it's preparing your data, whether it's building, training and tuning, and deploy and manage. And we don't have enough time to go over each and every features that how SageMaker can help in this process, but at least you get an idea with respect to the data collection or data labeling or building your own algorithms, or one-click training or one-click deployment. These are the features that help remove that heavy lifting from the machine learning processes. And since launch, AWS has regularly added new capabilities to Amazon SageMaker. And in just past 12 months, we have added more than 50 new capabilities. Now, these have helped many more developers either build their custom models or deploy faster or monitor the model in production. Um, SageMaker also brings lots of these tools together through an IDE, which is our Amazon SageMaker Studio, where you can test, debug, deploy, monitor, and even profile your machine learning models within a single environment. So also, one of the flexibility that Amazon SageMaker offers is automated machine learning. And one more thing about SageMaker is you don't have to use SageMaker for the end-to-end workflow. You can pick and choose. It's a modular concept. You can just choose SageMaker for either training your model, or if you already have a trained model, you can very well bring it in the form of container to SageMaker and deploy it using SageMaker. Now, at the top of the stack, that's the top layer, we have AI services, which are designed to solve most common AI problems. Now, these are focused on a specific domain area and allow you to quickly and easily use a pre-trained machine learning model to generate predictions with a simple API call. Now, these AI services are intentionally easy to use because the focus here is really on enabling any developer with no machine learning skills required to be able to develop AI applications using one of our services. Now, just to take a quick look, you can see there are a few categories on the top. There is vision, speech, text, etc. I don't have time to go in detail for each of these services, but let's just take a look at Vision, which has Amazon recognition, image, and video. So what a developer has to do is all they have to do is pass an image, let's say to Amazon recognition image, and call an API where a developer can ask, tell me what's in this image, or detecting celebrities in this image, or even trying to figure out, is this image safe for work? If you're looking for text services, let's say you're looking for translation services, all you have to pass is the text to the Amazon Translate, and it will pass back. The API will give you the different language text as long as it supports it. Now, similarly, you do have Amazon Comprehend, where you can gather insights into the text, or Amazon Textract, where you can extract text from documents using OCR-like technologies. Now, you have things. Additionally, you have services for which Amazon is very famous for, such as Alexa, or building chatbots with Lex. You also have services such as Amazon Personalize and Amazon Forecast, which are for personalization or recommendation systems and forecasting services. Now, customers have asked us to consider adding more services around these areas where we have a lot of experience. And as a result, we have recently introduced new services. So I'm just going to pick a couple of services to take a little closer look at that. Now, the first one that we are going to look at is Amazon Kendra. And Kendra makes enterprise search easier by providing deeper content analysis via machine learning and natural language understanding to find precise and personalized answers to queries. Now, that's quite a mouthful, but let's take an example. When you have a laptop that is broken, so rather than having to remember the exact keyword to search, you can simply ask, where can I repair my laptop? Now, Kendra integrates with many of the enterprise data stores where your content is stored, such as it could be in S3, which is our simple storage service, or your content could be in SharePoint or any of the file system, maybe it's on OneDrive, etc. So that helps in building that enterprise search. Now, Kendra improves over time, and it allows customers to load and manage frequently asked questions to deliver highly tuned machine learning based search for precise response to your end users. Now, another new service that has been recently released is Amazon Fraud Detector. Now, building precise machine learning models to detect fraudulent online activities requires machine learning expertise and fraud domain knowledge. Now, fraud teams often lack in-house ML experts, so they have to often rely on some sort of rule-based system, or they have to borrow developers or data scientists from other teams. Now, we heard this customer feedback, and what we have done is based on our expertise from 20 years of detecting fraud at Amazon.com and AWS, we have made the service available, which is a fraud detector, to our customers. Now, fraud detector has tailored made fraud detection machine learning models for online events, such as e commerce orders or account registrations. All customers have to do is upload their data to train a fraud detection machine learning model and configure the decision logic, what exactly they want to take, what's the next step that should be taken. And fraud detector basically will train the model, and it will the boost model performance by learning from both the customer's historical fraud data as well as from past attempts to defraud Amazon. Now, the lastly, we introduced a contact lens for Amazon Connect. Now, Amazon Connect is our cloud-based contact center service. Now, using Contact Lens, which is a fully managed add-on for Amazon Connect, you can do things such as identify common call types or identify recurring themes. You want to basically identify common patterns based on customer calls, feedbacks. You want to alert supervisors when customers are having poor experience. And also you want to assist your agents with a knowledge base to answer questions as they are being asked. So all that you can set up using contact lens without having any machine learning skills. So the idea is to basically simplify or the ease of use. Now, all these services we talked about, there are top layer services, which are AI services, as well as Amazon SageMaker. Now, you can integrate these services just like Lego blocks. And in fact, our customers do integrate many of these AI services to solve common problems. So I'm just going to take a few examples to see how they have achieved this. Now, one of the most common use case is modernizing the contact center. Now, this is a significant opportunity for any business, whether you are in a retail sector, whether you are a financial service in health or healthcare. Now, AI services improve the customer experience through faster automated serving. That still feels like human, like you can have the conversational interfaces that are built using Amazon Lex. Now, what you can do is you can also transcribe the call logs that you have and analyze them for continuous improvements. Now, using Lex and Poly, once you build these conversational agents, that can also remove the burden from human representatives. So overall, you start achieving, becoming efficient. Now, let's take an example of Red Awning. RedAwning.com is a leading global vacation rental network. Now, using Amazon Connect with Amazon Lex, Red Awning deployed an innovative voice-based intelligent assistant, and they named it Scarlett. Now, Scarlett converses and engages with Red Awning's guests and property managers to quickly direct and service their calls and inquiries. Now, Red Awning has grown by over 3 times year over year, and Lex allows to scale up to meet that demand while still maintaining the the quality of service to its guests and property managers. Now, AI services play important role in the safety and security industry. There is an estimated for about 40 million victims of human trafficking globally. And that's according to the International Labor Organization. 81% of these victims are trapped in forced labor, which is a $150 billion industry worldwide. Now, Amazon Comprehend and Amazon Recognition can help detect emotions like happiness, sadness, or surprise from facial images, as well as detect sentiments in the text. With face-based user verification with Amazon Recognition, your application can confirm user identities by comparing their live image with a referenced one. Now, recognition video allows you to create applications that help find missing persons in the social media content. So by recognizing their faces against a database of missing persons that you provide, you can accurately flag matches and speed up a rescue operation. Now to take an actual implementation, let's take a use case by Thorn. The Thorn's tools have been used to identify 5,894 child sex trafficking victims and rescue 103 children where the sexual abuse was recorded and distributed. Using recognition, Thorn has seen 65% reduction in investigation time, which means finding more victims at a faster pace. We also have media companies that are using AI services to optimize their workflow. Now, it's funny, almost 1 million people started using social media for the first time every day in 2017. So that means we were adding 11 new users every second, and that's vast. So to meet the needs of all these users, to whether have to give them a content personalization or providing intelligent research, you need to gather insight very quickly amongst the media files that they upload. So AI services significantly reduce the time and effort required to process and extract meaningful information from your media files. You can transcribe and translate content, tag content, and make it available for intelligent search and content personalization. For example, let's take an example of C-SPAN. Now, using recognition, it more than doubled the amount of video that could be indexed annually from 3,500 to 7,500 hours. And it also reduced the labor required to index 1 hour video from 1 hour, that was one-to-one match, down to 20 minutes. C-SPAN also uploaded 97,000 images in less than 2 hours, and all that application was deployed in less than 3 weeks. Now, to be respectful of time, I'm just going to highlight on the forecast as our last use case, but you will get the PDF version of this PowerPoint presentation where there are additional references as well. So now talking about forecast, companies today use everything from simple spreadsheets or complex financial planning softwares to attempt to accurately forecast future business outcomes, such as its product demand or resource needs, etc. Now, these tools build forecasts by looking at a historical series of data, which is called the time series data, but often miss out on irregular trends, or they don't take into account other data series where you may be having a sales promotion going on, or where there is discounts or some event, etc. So Amazon Forecast is actually a fully managed service that uses all machine learning data and all these related time series data to kind of deliver highly accurate forecast based on the historical data that you provide. Now, to take an example, Casa One is a one-stop, cost-effective furniture rental leasing solution. So what they did is they actually leveraged Amazon Forecast and improved their sales prediction accuracy by 20% compared to the older methods. As a result, they can stock the right products and save on purchase cost worth at least a few $1,000s. So now we have seen there are so many applications of machine learning, but the customers often do ask, well, where do we start? And one thing to keep in mind is while AI technology is important to build successful AI initiatives, the organization culture is also important, ensuring you are ready to embrace transformation and that you have skills in house that or you can partner with experts or experience and better practices. Now, Amazon has developed a machine learning university that we have used for over 6 years to train our engineers on machine learning. Last year, we have made a lot of this content available for free to our customers, and we have seen well over 100,000 developers start their machine learning journey with this content. Now, we have also introduced a machine learning embark program that is designed to start your company on the journey to use machine learning with success. Now, the content is based on the years of proven success, helping organizations adopt machine learning, as well as Amazon's own journey to put ML first. Now, the program starts with an interactive workshop to identify the right business problem to tackle, followed by on-site hands-on training to ramp up your company's machine learning skills fast through practical applications. Now, the developers also have an opportunity to partner with our machine learning experts from the Machine Learning Solutions Lab to build at least a proof of concept. So that's all I have for today. Please do visit ai.aws or ml.aws and explore further. Additionally, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I have my email ID as well as Ron can put you in touch with me. Thank you, Ron.